A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube channel. This is Elijah.gichuru, the leading YouTuber in the Republic of Kenya. Now, the President of the Republic of Kenya has fired the PS for Public Health, Dr. Josephine. Let me confirm the name. President has fired Dr. Josephine Mburu, who is the PS Public Health. In this video, I want us to check at why the president has fired that PS, and this comes as the first ever PS in the government of His Excellency William Samoei Ruto to be fired by the president. The president, since taking oath of office, has not fired any of his appointees apart from this one. So we want to see, why was the PS Public Health fired? In addition to that, the president has also revoked the appointment of the chairperson of the member of board of directors of KEMSA, and also appointed Irungu Nyakera as the chairperson of the board of KEMSA. Now, the president has fired these people because of corruption at the Kenya Medical Supplies Agency, popularly known as KEMSA. So KEMSA has been a troubled parastatal in the government of the Republic of Kenya since the days of that President Uhuru Kenyatta, irregular payments, and so on and so forth. So these issues compounded together have led the president to make a decision, and his interview yesterday with all leading media stations, he said we give him time, he's going to deal with KEMSA, and true to his word, he has firmly dealt with KEMSA. KEMSA right now is facing shortages of supplies, the drug supply. So the main role of KEMSA is to supply drugs within the country. And as we speak, they are running short of supplies. And this is due to misappropriation and all that. So the president released a communique via his State House spokesperson Hussein Mohammed, which I'd like to read to you guys. And you can give your opinion. His Excellency the President has been briefed on the complaints of alleged impropriety within the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority, not agency, KEMSA, in his management and administration of various medical programs being undertaken by Kenya in conjunction with our development partners. This is the second reason why the president fired the PS. Now, Kenya relies on drugs from donors. Some of the drugs we have, especially HIV, malaria, pandemics, these drugs, they are given to us by donors. Here's the problem. Global Fund, one of Kenya's donors, has asked the Ministry of Health to refund, get this, a whopping 184 million Kenya shillings. Why? Because the Ministry of Health allegedly misappropriated that money, and it was meant for the National Malaria Program. So through its investigation, the Global Fund identified that this money was not used for the purpose it was meant to be used. And therefore, what do they want? They want a full refund of their money. This is very embarrassing to us as a nation. First, we cannot be able to fully fund some of these programs. Secondly, we cannot afford to borrow because our debt burden is already above the roof. So when we get donations and these donations are misappropriated, then it paints a very bad negative picture for the nation, the Republic of Kenya. And that's why the president is moving in with speed to show his commitment to corruption-free and a good governance. So the communique continues to read, the complaints follow the regular verification of expenditure by the Global Fund with regard to the National Malaria Program that targets millions of low-income Kenyan households within our nation's malaria endemic regions. The alleged maladministration of the part of KEMSA is with regard to the procurement of treated mosquito nets for those vulnerable households, which could have led to significant exposure to the disease and increase in severity in the endemic regions. So the point there to note is maladministration. In affirmation of the administration's commitment to entrenching ethos of good governance within our national life, by promoting accountability and openness in the management of public affairs, it is notified that His Excellency the President has 1. Terminated the appointment of Dr. Josephine Mburu, PhD, as the PS, State Department for Public Health and Professional Standards. So this is the first highest ranking officer in the government of William Ruto to quit. And not to quit, but to be fired by the president. Second, the revocation of the chairperson of the members of the board of directors of KEMSA. A chairperson and members of the board of directors. So the directors of KEMSA and the CEO of KEMSA have been fired by the president. The president appointed Irungu Nyakera. Now, Irungu Nyakera was an aspirant of Murang'a gubernatorial seat, but he lost to the incumbent, or the one who won, Dr. Irungu Kang'ata. So let us see what Nyakera will do at the board. I think this KEMSA chairmanship and board is so synonymous with people from Murang'a, because I remember the former senator, what was his name? Kembi Gitura was also at the KEMSA board during the reign of President Uhuru Kenyatta. The other changes the president made is that His Excellency the President has further noted that the CS of Health has undertaken the following remedial actions. So the CS of Health, Nakumincha, had also taken some actions against this matter. 1. Reconstituted the board of KEMSA by appointing the following persons as members, namely Hezron Oyeko Omolo, Mr. Bernard Kipkiruibet, Dr. Jane Masinga, and Ms. Jane Nyagaturi Mbatia. Suspended Ms. Terry Ramathani as the CEO of KEMSA, alongside other concerned staff within the Ministry of Health, National Malaria Program, and KEMSA, namely Martin Wamoya, MOH, fired. Lenson Karaoke, MOH, fired. Dr. Pauline Nduya, MOH, fired. Livingstone Joguna, MOH, fired. Dr. Charles Karaoke, fired. Justice Kinoti KEMSA, fired. Cosmas Rotich KEMSA, fired. And Anthony Chege, fired. Also, the CS appointed Dr. Andrew Mutava Mulwa as the acting CEO of KEMSA. Lastly, directed the new management to assure property and procurement process, propriety of procurement process within the authority. So that is it. The President of Kenya has fired the first PS. Do you think this administration is committed to fighting corruption, or this is just an action to please Kenyans? What is your take? Do you believe the president is hell-bent on ending corruption in Kenya once and for all? Remember, when he was appointed, before he became president, he said in his government there will never ever be corruption, because all the shillings will be rotating and there will be no shilling to steal. That is what the president said. There you have it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. See you in the next video.